So I wanted to give you highlights of what we've accomplished this year. But one of the things that I personally am excited about is our relationship with partners. You heard our relationship with the education group. This year, we have examples of our community partners right here in the Richmond area. So if I could have my community partners come up, please, come on up. And they are Tom Walker with he is president of the Dignity of Work Foundation. Well, if you would take a seat up here, guys. Our client, Tony Carden, wave, Tony. And Jason Wells, and he's with Mechanics of Faith. Now, I represented Tony in Halifax. It was my first trip to Halifax Circuit Court. And he had the biggest support group. And so when I give shout outs to people that are mentors to them, do you know one of the best things is that when he got his license back, his daughter came up to him, punched him in the shoulder and said, "Way to go, Dad." And I was just so proud that his daughter was there to support him and what a difference it made. So I want you to hear a little bit about what we do with various community partners around the state, because partnerships are super, super important because we can't do everything that a client needs. So we reach out to our friends and other people that offer services that we don't. So together, it takes all of us working together to make a difference. So Tony, can we hear from you, please?
Hello?
Testing 1, 2.
Hello? Y'all can hear me? How you doing? I'm Tony Carden. I'm a person in recovery. I went through the HARP program at Chesterfield County Jail. When I got out of jail, I went to a recovery house. One of the guys that was living in the recovery house was on staff with Mechanics of Faith. Is where I started volunteering at. Jason Wells was the founder. Through Mechanics of Faith, Mechanics of Faith and Redemption House of Prayer, I was able to stay in the recovery house because they paid my bed fees for me to continue to volunteer. And after a certain period of time, we got funding for me to come on staff with Mechanics of Faith. Then I was able to not worry about how I was going to pay for the recovery house and all of that. I could concentrate on my recovery. I could concentrate on getting my driver's license back, which I was connected with Tom and Sarah. And they helped me navigate through all the obstacles or requirements to get my driver's license back. Jason taking me to court, Sarah going to court with me, getting my DMV fines paid for. And I want to thank all of you for helping me through all these obstacles. All right? Thank you.
You don't want to say anything else?
No, that's it.
He's been nervous the whole drive here, driving. So I'm Jason. I'm the founder of Mechanics of Faith. And we're an automotive repair shop. And, you talk about, driver's license being a burden or an issue, a wall for people. But after they get their license, having safe, reliable transportation is the second thing. And we help solve that problem. And Tony has been amazing. Like he said, he was just a volunteer and he came to us. If I would have known he lived in Halifax County, things would have been different. That is a ridiculously long drive. But the big thing is, we were so grateful for Tom, and Sarah. Tom helped us out in the beginning. Our organization was small and we didn't have the funds for like Ubers and things like that. And Tom's organization stepped up and supported us financially for that. But the big thing was, as Tony was navigating through these walls, right? You're on the phone with Sarah and she's telling you, here's everything you have to do for DMV and here's all this and here's all that. There was a couple times that, I'm sitting in the meeting with Tony and I could see it on his face, right? I mean, he's like a brother to me. I could tell the stress, right? And I continue to tell him, Tony, don't worry about it. God's got a plan and we're going to get through it. And sure enough, over time, as we're working with Sarah and we're going through it, you know, Mechanics of Faith began to get the support so that we could continue to support him, right? And so we begin to navigate. We go to court. We get his license back, and he was like, "Well, that's great. What am I going to drive?" So we gave him a truck so he can drive. He get to and from work, and he can. You can say thank you all you want to, but at the end of the day, thank you, because you're the shop manager and you run the shop and you keep the organization moving. So I appreciate you. So. And with Mechanics of Faith, you know, we're and this is what Sarah, and the reason why she invited us, unless I'm wrong, Sarah, correct me, because I'm not always right. But, you know, Mechanics of Faith partners with over 12 nonprofit organizations, because I believe in staying in my lane. My lane is working on cars, supporting recovery guys, because we hire recovery individuals, we train recovery individuals, we pour into recovery individuals, right? We want to see them successful. We've helped over 4 recovery individuals be successful coming through our program at Mechanics of Faith, learning how to work on cars. I stay in my lane. Tom has a passion to help people get their driver's license back and help them. And I've connected with Tom to continue to do that. I'm not going to go jump in his lane. I'm going to stay focused on what I was called to do, right? And he stays focused on what he's called to do. Sarah stays focused on what she's called to do, because I will not be a lawyer, right? And but by us connecting with one another, it allows us to help more people. If I tried to do all of this, I'd probably only have 2 recovery guys I helped instead of 4, right? So, you know, supporting all the different individuals and coming together and collaborating and being a partner is what it's all about.
Thank you. Yes, Sarah said, my name is Tom Walker, and I'm the president and founder of the Dignity of Work, because we feel that work has dignity. And so our mission is to overcome the barriers, the obstacles that people have when they come out of substance use disorder programs, recovery programs, or when they come out of incarceration. And there are many barriers. For the most part, we help people with transportation. And I'll give you an idea. I wrote it down because there are several things we do. Here are the kind of things we help people with overcoming barriers, like the drive to work fee, DMV fees, driver improvement clinic, ASAP program, installed breathalyzer, maintenance on their cars if they have a car, if they're lucky enough, property taxes on their car, insurance, certifications, Uber rides, gas cards, laptops, down payment on a car if they can afford to make the payments, uniforms. And we have, in the last 2 years, we've helped about 56 people in various ways with things like what I just read. The ideal is people who come to us have marketable skills. We don't help them get jobs. We just help them get to the job. And that's the biggest barrier, is they can't get to the job. They lack a license, and they lack cars, they lack transportation. Somebody gave them a car, but it doesn't function. They need maintenance on it. So that's what we do. About 2/3 of our clients are minorities, about 1/3 white. Most of our clients come from either the Chesterfield County Jail, the HARP program in the Chesterfield County Jail, or Caritas, the healing place in Caritas Works. And we find that those kinds of programs, the residential programs, faith-based, are the best way to prevent recidivism. Our clients have about a 10% recidivism rate, which we're very proud of that because we screen them. The other thing we do is we work with them. We do a lot of the things that Sarah and Matt do because we walk with them through this process. We get legal advice from Sarah and good advice from Matt, but we walk with them step by step through the process of getting their license restored and getting their cars maintained. And this is where Jason comes in. They do maintenance on the cars for our clients. We also have a car donation policy. And so when somebody donates a car, Jason goes and picks it up, looks it over, tells us what needs to be done to get it to pass inspection, and we pay for that. So all the services that I read to you, those are things that we pay for because, as somebody said, when somebody comes out of jail, they may have been there 2 years. Somebody comes out of a recovery program, they've been there at least 6 months. They don't have money, they may not have family, and so we come with money to help pay for the services that they need to get to work. That's our mission. Now, I'll give you an idea of what we did for Tony. I gave Jason $500 in Uber cards to help not just Tony, but other guys in his shop to get back and forth to work. We paid $300 to drive to work, $200 on his non-compliance fee, and $300 on his DMV fees. And that helped him, along with all the support he's gotten from Jason and Sarah, that helped him get his license so that he can move forward.
Do you see what I mean about knowing the right people in the right lane? And it takes all of these people to pull together. Everybody has a different role. And when we get a call from Tom or get a call from Jason, we know that they're working with them because in many ways they're the mom, the mentors, the family people, the people encouraging them and encouraging them and giving them the little boost behind the scenes and really make a difference. Because some people can get their license back in a couple months, some people in several years. That is why it takes so long, and the years on how many licenses we restore will vary because of the complicated case or the situation, their particular situation. So it has been a delight. Do you know today is the first time I've ever met Tom Walker? Because I talk to him on the phone all the time. And it's like, oh, you're Tom. So this is... I met you in court.
I didn't even know who you were, and you were like, hey, Jason, I'm Sarah. I was like, oh, okay,
so
who are you?
You don't know them. You deal with them on the phone, you know, and it used to be the clients came in to the office, but since COVID, we don't do that anymore. Everything's by phone. And so it's like you go to court and say, which one do you think is my client, you know? But we were like the only ones on the docket that day, so it was easy. It was easy, but it's very nice to meet people and put names and faces together because of all the work that we do together. And wasn't it nice?
Very nice.
Yeah, because we have partnered on the phone, coached on the phone, and now we get to put names and people together. But this is what it took to get Tony his license back and to get a job. He got a promotion. He's running the shop. But this is one client. Look at what it took. I want you to appreciate the magnitude that it takes for each client and the amount of effort for each client. We have a lot of Tonys, but we don't have all the Toms and Jasons. But if you are a Tom and Jason and you want to be a partner, please reach out to us, because if you have a skill or you have your niche, you let us know. Your lane, you let us know. We would love to partner with you. We have some new people that we're looking to partner with in the Planning District 14 in the back. They're waving to you. They're in Charlotte County. I mean, we have people from all over the state. They're Planning District 14. And so these are the kinds of things that we offer to people. And I said, you want to know what we do? Why don't you come to the luncheon? And you'll hear about our clients and hear what else is going on. But you can understand why relationships like this and outcomes like this is what makes this job worthwhile, because it's helping one person at a time and making a difference in their lives. So I want to tell you guys you're great partners, and it's great to see you and to thank you for everything that you do. Thanks.